Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just want to review these two books, and yes, these are from the library. Um, and I also want to talk about how I can read such big, big pages, like a lot of pages, and like some people say they can't. Some people say they can, so I just want to talk about that, like how I do it. Um, so yeah. Anyways, okay, so this book called 13 to Life, it is such an amazing book. I love it so much, and it's literally the first book I've read that has I guess like vampires and werewolves. But in the beginning I was like, oh yeah, he's totally werewolf, and I was getting so excited. All this book, like throughout this book, it was I was like so excited. I was just like, yeah. Like me and my books having a connection, okay? We have a relationship. So of course I have all these emotions through this book, and it's so good, but I kind of didn't like the ending because the writer, back here, she kind of like made it seem like there's gonna be a second book, but she really didn't get to the werewolf part until the end. And I literally finished this in less than 4 days. That's counting with school involved, because I probably would have finished this 1 or 2 days if I was reading it all day, or even not reading it all day. I could have just finished this way faster, because to me it was an easy read, but like for some people, easy reads are different. So this book might take you a while, but to me this took me like really fast, and I was just like really surprised because it never happens. Like, this is the first book I read that only took me 4 days to read, and I actually finished it. So this book is pretty amazing. You should probably read this. And this is actually written, or like I should say published, in 2010. But I don't really read current books most of the time because I really don't focus on like, this is new, I gotta read it, really. I just focus on the story, the plot, like what's it all about. Like, I really don't care when it was published or not, but I just want to let you guys know when this was published. But this is really good. It's basically about this girl. Actually, her mother died, and um, this guy from Russia, he comes in and he goes to her high school called Junction. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or not, but it's really good. And her friend who actually killed her mom, because they're like in a car accident, and like it's really sad kind of, but it's like mostly amazing. And basically her friend Sarah, who wasn't actually her friend before but now it is her friend because she helped her recover, is like really like I forgot his name. I really don't remember. Peter, but it's spelled like Pieter. I think that's how it was spelled. Anyways, so Sarah really likes Peter, so Jessica, or Jessie, pretty sure it's Jessica, uh she can't really be in a relationship with Peter, and mainly because in the beginning, I actually kind of got really mad in the beginning because she was just like kind of seem all mad and like irritated at him, but I'm just like, he didn't even do anything, like he just got here, what are you talking about? Like, girl, chill, okay? But she kind of was basically like didn't want to express or tell her feelings really about him, but actually she does tell him. But it's a really good book. Kept me on my toes all the way. Extraordinary book. You gotta read it. 13 to Life. And actually kind of reminded me of 13 Reasons Why, which I actually have the book, but I haven't watched the TV shows. I mean, the episodes, not the TV shows, but that's it. But I mean, I don't know why they picked 13 to Life though, because she's not 13, but that's totally fine. But it was a really good book. But like the day I finished it was like in the afternoon, kind of like around 11ish or whatever. I was gonna read, okay, so I have another book. So I checked out 3, and this is really rare of me, but I have been doing my room for so long, I just needed a break. So I just checked out 3 books. So I got 13 to Life, I got Chasing Brooklyn, and then I got 3 Wishes. And actually, yeah, so I got that. And I honestly had a whole bunch of books piled up on me, just like, yeah. So I had to end up with these 3 books. But I haven't read this yet, so I will soon, once I'm done with this. But this book, honestly, I'm on page 45, and I've only been reading it for probably less than an hour. Although, like, that's all the time combined because I had to take some breaks because I had to do things. But it's really odd. I mean, I really didn't look at the inside really before I checked it out, but this is the way it kind of positions. And I never really read a book about like that. And I was just like, wow, this is very interesting. I was like, maybe she just wanted this to be a thick book, and she's just trying to put as less words on the page as possible. But I don't think that was the case. This is a really amazing book, even though I'm only 45 pages in. It's really, really good. And it just kind of makes me reflect and just think about it. And actually, this is an amazing book to read if you lose someone that you loved or someone just died. This is a really amazing book because it's about death, you know? And the Brooklyn, her boyfriend, he died, Luca, and then Nika, I think that's how you say it, Nika, his brother died, and that was Brooklyn's boyfriend. And those 2 are the only really things. And it goes like kind of switches. Like, okay, so this one is Brooklyn, and then this one is Nico or Nika or something like that. Oops, sorry. Anyways, so it's so good. You really gotta read it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It's really amazing, and I really do like it. You should really read this. Obviously, all the books I read, I'll be like, you should read this, but not all the books are like that. But a lot of books, I really don't like it because they just seem like it's constant. Like, descriptions are just the same, and it irritates me so bad, like to the point where I just don't want to read it anymore, no matter how amazing the plot might be or the storyline might be. I just really don't want to read it because of the description. Just like Replica, I was reading it, and the description was just really, really getting on my nerves. I'm just like, stop. Like, it's just the same thing over and over again. Like, it just seems like all these authors out here, to me, it just seems like they had just this thing that they have about describing things, but I'm just like, you have to put more effort into it, you know what I mean? I know I look weird because my hair is in a bun. It's mainly like that because I just came home, so when I'm out and about it doesn't look all fancy. But this cover doesn't really match the storyline, neither does the title, but that's totally fine, because just looking at this, you'll never know what it was. I mean, except the moon part on the eye, but just basically look at this, well, maybe the woods too, but basically just looking at this and the title, you wouldn't know without reading the description. I totally forgot what it's called, but you want to know what the story would be. And then this, you kind of have a hint because it looks sad and droopy, and then it says Chasing Brooklyn, and without looking inside the pages, you wouldn't know, even when you're looking at, and the reason why I got this is because it kind of looked like a poem way, and I was just like, oh, a poem book, okay, I'll get it. But I mean, it's really amazing. You should really read it. But basically, this video is so long. My bad. I mean, probably you guys won't watch this all the way through. But whatever. I just seem to talk a lot in like most of my videos. It just seems like it just flies past. Flies by so fast. But yeah. Okay, so on to the main part. The reason why I could read thick book like these is because I don't. Okay, so maybe I'd be like, oh, this is a really big book. Let me go to the end and see the page number. That's not the end though. 401 is not the end. Let me see how far this book is, and then I'll determine if I can read it all the way through or not. I don't do that. I don't really say, let me look at how many pages there is and let me determine if I can read it. Okay, so the last page is actually 412, if you can even see that. I know it's probably backwards, but I don't do that. I read the description, or if the cover looks cool, although people say don't judge a book by its cover, I do it all day long. Literally, if the cover is pretty, I will get it. No matter what the plot is. Well, actually, maybe, because if it's something I'm really against and something that's maybe just too much, then I won't get it. But overall, if the cover's really pretty, or if the cover's amazing and the title, like Splintered, I'ma get it, because Splintered is a really pretty book. And I don't want to grab it, but yeah. If it's pretty, I'ma get it. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. Anyways. Yeah. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Anyways, I hate when I say things that a lot of people say, because it just makes me feel like I'm a copycatter. I don't know why I even said that. Anyway, just forget everything I said, because I'm starting to, like, not editing my videos, because, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so I have to stay on topic. See, I get off topic a lot, okay? So don't judge. Okay, you can judge, because everybody judges every day, so. But pretty much the reason why I can read long books is because I look at the description, and if it's really good, I'ma get it. If the cover's pretty, I'ma get it. If there's something wrong with the cover and I'm not really okay with, but the description is amazing, I'ma get it. But I can read big books. Like, I can read books thicker than this. It's just, the problem I have is, like, small books. Like, if it's just this thin, I lost my page, but I remember what number it is. If it's, if it's a thin little itty bitty book, not like small book, but like a thin, not as many pages, I will look at it, be like, what do you offer me? Like, what can this book possibly have that could have a great beginning, a great end, a great middle, all my emotions all in it, like everything a real book has that's probably this thick. Like, what can a small book offer that has that many, like, so little pages? Like, really, like, I wouldn't check it out, honestly. So I prefer big books rather than small books, because I would look at it and be like, you can offer me nothing. Although, I need to stop, because I really haven't really seen any thin books. I mean, unless it's like kitty books, which is totally okay, because has to have big words and less words, not as in like extraordinary, like that big of a word, but I mean like text wise. So I mean, kids books is okay, but like any book above that, it is not okay. Although if it's just like a poem book, then I'm totally fine, because a poem doesn't have to be 500 pages long. Okay, so that's how I can read a book. And my friend who also reads, she can read big books because she doesn't look at the page numbers. I mean, of course I look at the page numbers, be like, okay, this is how many pages there is. I need to quickly and get to that page number. But a lot of people be like, this book is too big, I can't read it, it's too big, it's just so threatening to me. And I'm just like, calm down, just at least read the first 5 pages, see if you still like it, and then if you don't, then you can put it down. But don't judge a book by how many pages there are, because it could be a terrible book with 300 pages or even 1,000 pages, and I mean, and it could be an amazing book with only 10 pages. So you shouldn't really judge a book by how many pages there are, which I should tell it to myself, me, like, basically how I won't read a book that has itty bitty pages. But I'll read any size of a book. It's just the pages that a lot of people be like, oh, like they get so scared. But I'm just like, chill, okay? It's not that scary, okay? But yeah, that's how I can read thick books. And I read slow. I've always loved reading though. I mean, I didn't learn how to read until I was like 3rd, 4th grade. And honestly, I've always loved reading. And some people, I mean, to me, it's pretty amazing because people who have like disabilities or things that aren't normal in the real world, like they seem to achieve way more than people who are normal. And to me, I really don't see me basically not learning how to read until 4th and 3rd grade really a setback. But I've always loved books no matter what. Like when I'm in kindergarten, I would do arts and crafts and I wouldn't learn anything because the teachers would just let me do arts and crafts because that's what I love to do, which was totally fine with me. I really don't like bash them or anything. But when I was in kindergarten, I would get a book and I would pretend like I can read because everybody else was able to read and I couldn't. But that was in Michigan because Michigan education is way better and more high level than in Texas. So, I mean, down here, I don't think you know how to read in kindergarten. But yeah. But I've always loved reading, and I really didn't look at how many page numbers there are, and I think people shouldn't do that because the book could be really, really good, and you just judge it by how many pages there are, and you could really miss a good lesson because every book has a lesson in it. Honestly, that's why I love reading, because I mean, not just for the joy of getting my mind off of things or the joy of just reading other people's lives. It's just learning things, basically. And I learned so much from one book. I mean, I've learned and realized so much in only 45 pages of this book. And it's really, really good. So you just need to take a chance. That's what life is all about, you know? You only live once. Yeah, I'm definitely weird. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!